Ooh.
Good evening and welcome to your Sunday Night Live
Yeah,
here
good evening, good
on
evening.
the Weather Fans Facebook and YouTube channel.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Oh, full of cold
Oh no.
and was asleep until 15 minutes ago. I was like, oh no, we're going live. Time to wake up. So I think everyone's coming down with it at the moment.
Yeah, so as you know, I had
You
it
had
a
it
couple of
last
weeks
week.
ago and felt dreadful.
Yeah. Oh, we got a comment.
Let's have a look.
It's Andy. Good evening, Andy.
Good evening, Andy.
Welcome to the Lurgy channel. Yes.
And yes, special guest tonight.
Yay.
What were the clues? Nostalgic? No, got your hopes up.
No.
And there's even a clue on the screen which you're not realising. It's a yellow
No.
banner.
Yellow banner. Nah.
No, I'll bring on the special guest. If you'd like to come over.
From Bradford as well.
Blackpool.
Good evening, Sooty.
He says, "Good evening, Paul, and everybody."
Oh, God. There's a glitch in the temperature. So is Sooty going to bring us the weather?
Yeah, he's going to have a look at the weather for us, ain't you, Sooty? Or can I do it? Do you want to do it yourself? Oh, could you? Okay. Go on, you can touch the keys. There. Okay. Let's get cracking. Let's have a look at the latest observations.
Oh, hello, sir. Yes. Yep, we'll get on with it. So wait for Michael to do screen share and then.
Yep. Just give me a second.
What's that, sorry? He's got COVID. No. You've got COVID. Anyway. Right, here we go, guys.
So there's latest temperatures, and the top temperature at the moment is a massive 21 degrees at Tilweston Aerodrome. But obviously, that is a huge glitch.
That's a massive glitch.
I did say to you there was a glitch, didn't I?
Jeepers, I thought you were going to laugh.
That'd be a new December record if that was correct.
It would be. No.
So, yeah, temperatures is not that high. Let's start from the southwest where we're getting this warm air. So we've got 13 degrees at Cold Rose, 12 at Cardenham, 12 at Plymouth. No, it's Plymouth, but
Plymouth.
10 degrees
Plymouth.
at Liscombe. There's head along the south coast. We've got 9 degrees at Shoreham Airport. We've got 6 degrees at Biggin Hill. 8 degrees at Heathrow. And we've got 21 degrees at probably, unless someone's left the heating on, I don't know.
It's something like that. I'm just having a look on net weather, and there's 11 degrees at Sheffield City, 12 degrees at an airport and Cork Airport.
So we've still got 4 degrees, still got the cold air towards north to the eastern side at 4 degrees at Stansted. Crossing to Midlands, 7 degrees, so the colder air is going from there. Nottingham at 4. Let's head across to northeast. Flying Dales at 1.
Yep,
Steaming at 1.
Yeah, we've still got a 0.
1 degrees.
Yeah, 0.6.
5.
Leeds Bradford, 1 degree.
1. Chatsworth Hall at 1. And we're looking at Boyne at 3. So obviously we've still got the cold air in place, much northeast England. But this warm milder air will move in during the night. So it's going to be one of those cases where it's got to turn warmer as the night progresses.
Yeah, as I said to you, the maximum we've had here this afternoon is -1, and then we had rain, but it was more freezing rain onto the surface rather than sticking to the trees and stuff.
Yes,
and a bit of sleet. That was about it. It's raining now, And some people that I know have had issues getting off their driveways and down their street and stuff like that. So it's quite treacherous still.
Looking at Leeds Bradford Airport, it's forecast by 6 o'clock in the morning to go up to 11 degrees.
Yeah.
So as I said, it's just one of those cases of nights where as the night goes on, instead of getting colder, it's just going to get warmer.
Yeah, it's to do with this tropical low that's moving in. And currently, I think the majority of England and Wales is in the in-between sector. So we're in between the warm sector and the cold sector. Oh, bless you, sir. So that's where I think we're at the moment. I'm just going to pull up the see where the weather warnings are at, because I haven't had a look at the weather warnings yet. Rain. There we are. So we're in that middle sector between the warm front and the cold front, which is coming in tomorrow. I believe I was watching the Met Office Week Ahead just before I come on air, actually, because I'd just missed it. And they were saying, it's not going to last that long. Yeah, I would say we're expecting 14 degrees up here in the north tomorrow. So
Sutty's just reading the message there.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think, Sutty? What do you think the temperature is going to be for tomorrow?
Well, so how do I know if he doesn't do anything about the weather?
Anyway, I'm not going to talk to Sutty. He's not going to speak up, is he? Right. No. Right. So we will go to the UK weather warnings. Shall we, Sutty? Should we go there? They put him into sleep mode. Oh, welcome back. Weather warnings. Share.
Wow. Sorry, I've just noticed we've got 4 people watching. It's the most we've had in one go.
Wow. It's because they're all waiting for our special guest.
He's here.
He's there, look, guys. There he is, look. He's waving at us. All the way live and direct, made in Bradford, that Sutty was. Bit of nostalgia for you. Matthew Corbett. There we go. Oh, we went dead there for a minute.
Yeah. We found this Sutty puppet originally on Blackpool North Pier.
Yeah.
75 years next year, actually.
He did indeed. Talking about Meadowshaw over in Yorkshire, and then it went worldwide. We'll have to get Sweep and suing sometimes.
Well, when Santa came around earlier on today, Sutty came out and had a look. A few people asking what Sweep was. I said to him, Sweeps with dustpan and brush.
Bad jokes out of the Sutty, the bad jokes.
Right, yes. Person is, but I'm just a hardcore Sutty fan.
Good. You're not a footy fan like the match earlier.
I didn't see it. I kind of kept an eye on it.
I won't say who won.
I know who won.
Yeah, right. So, yes, we've got these with ones. I'll give the snow and ice one. The amber warnings run out now, which was for ice, and that covered most of the north of England. This is just for general snow and ice up until 9 o'clock, so there's half hour left on this one. You can see their period of freezing rain and snow will lead to some disruption in travel, or other activities before turning to rain later. I think that turned to freezing rain more up in the Pennines over its general direction earlier on. And you can see, I haven't had a look at the radar yet, actually. May go to that in a minute. So, yeah, there's the read up on that. Pointless reading up on that because it's nearly run out. Rain. So we've got 2 yellow rain warnings, one over South Wales and the other one covering most of the south and southwest coast of England. Saying rain and heavy and persistent at times is expected to bring some travel disruption. Here we go. Further details update is warning included to update more of Cornwall and Sussex with slight changes across Wales. The impact matrix has been changed to a higher likelihood. Periods of rain will become persistent and sometimes heavy across parts of southern England and South Wales late Saturday, lasting through Monday, clearing early Tuesday. For this area across southern England, 25 to 50 millimetres of rain will fall lightly. Those rainfall totals are expected to be across the highest ground of Sussex and Dorset, where locally 50 to 80 millimetres of rain will fall. Across Dartmoor, especially south-facing high ground, totals may exceed 130 millimetres, which is in old money 5 inches. For the area across South Wales, 35 to 50 may fall widely, with 70 to 90 millimetres over south-facing high ground. So across the valleys, the Black Mountains, and across Dartmoor, maybe over the South Downs, somewhere like that, and up there into Somerset as well. Around the Cotswolds, maybe could get anything up to 130 millimetres of rain. And that carries on into Monday, I believe. Yep. So, yeah, this rain warning continues up to 6 a.m. on Tuesday. So, there it is again. Might be some odd weather warnings. We don't know yet. Where should we go next? Bear with. I want to look at my UKVs. Yeah, UKV. So I'm just trying to get my tabs in order. Right, so now. So as you can see there, the rain earlier on. Just moving out now. Actually, no. Should we go to the radar, Michael? We haven't had a look at the radar yet, have we?
Yeah. I've got it all set up. If you want me to have a look at that,
I've got it here, mate. I've got it.
Yeah, I'll get the next one.
Let's go to the precipitation type. That'll help. These are in the last 3 hours. Markers. Oh, no. Forget that. And, yeah, so precipitation type. Why is this still on? I don't know. More in a moment.
The precipitation type and precipitation type markers, whatever they are.
Yeah, I've just tried the markers of them round circle things. So yeah, the rain's moving out across south east England now, just leaving the northeast coast. But this blob here was coming across these areas during the night, maybe even affecting off northern England as well. A period after that comes through is where the more warmer weather is. As we know at the moment, it's currently around about 12 degrees in Scilly Isles and across like Plymouth and that. So as this moves forward, say again, sorry.
And not 21 degrees, which is
not 21, which is somewhere over here.
Yeah.
Like you say, they must have left the thermostat on high. But yeah, behind this is where the warmer areas, and that's going to move through tonight, probably off to the northeast. I don't think the warm air will make it that far north, maybe up into the central belt, but not that too far north. So yeah, that's the latest weather radar. I want to go back to the models.
Just had a comment saying feels colder in Morecambe tonight than it did when it was -7. Weird. Maybe because of the strength of the wind, possibly.
Yeah, the wind will be making it a lot more warmer because of the friction with the ground. The wind's picking up slowly.
But during the night, as I mentioned, it's just one of those cases where it's going to get warmer as the night goes on instead of the reverse.
So yeah, you can see this warmer plume coming through here. Oops. So yeah, as you can see there, some showers overnight. After that main plume moves through, she's more across northern areas now. It was a bit further south earlier runs. Yep. So then western facing hills could get around about 50 millimetres of rain, I would reckon. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, more organised rain across southwest Wales, South Wales, and up into Snowdonia. Not counting out across the Lake District or the Southern Uplands. And then that all moves. So behind this now, so this will most likely be the cold front moving through. It's not lasting that long, this hotter weather. I would say 14 degrees tomorrow easily. We'll move that forward. You can see another plume coming in across the south. That could be the back edge of the cold front there. We'll have a look at that on the facts charts in a minute with Michael.
Yep.
There we go, another plume moving through. That could be quite squally, I would reckon. Yeah, could be quite squally, that. That moves through. This is now Tuesday. Let me just scroll it up to show you. Yep, Tuesday. That moves. Yep, could be a period of squally rain across Cambridge. Let's go back. So through the Midlands, Lincolnshire, the Wash, into, let's say Cambridgeshire, somewhere like that. Now moves through. Clearer day on Tuesday. Temperatures around about 8 or 9 degrees, I believe. We'll have a look at that in a minute with Michael as well. Yeah. So the weather column, more showers coming in on Wednesday. There's no band trying to move in on Wednesday night into Thursday, just scoots across. And this sets us up for the rest of the week, where it's becoming more of a battleground between colder air, which is trying to make its way in from the north. As you can see here, there's colder air, and you've got warmer air, which is entrenched across England and Wales. And that moves through. It could bring a period of snow across the high ground going on Friday. And there we go. So we've got more organised heavy rain. And this is the boundary between the colder air to the north up here. It won't be bitterly cold like it has been for the last couple of weeks, but still cold enough for snow across high ground. Down here, 10s, 11s, 12 degrees. So yeah, really battleground coming up for Christmas. And as you can see, there's a low pressure there. And this is the end of the run. So this is for Christmas Eve on the 23rd. Warmer air across these areas, colder area. Which one will win? Let's go and find out with Michael. I'm passing it back to you, mate.
Okay, I'm here.
Hello, Sooty.
Shall we take a look at the facts chart, Sooty? Yeah? Well, okay, let's get cracking with him with it then. So if you're going to press that button there, Sooty. Yeah, that's it. Press screen share. That's it. Now click the share button. There we go. So let's have a look at the fact charts. And it's just to make sure I'm off the screen there. Yep. And it's a complete and utter mess of weather fronts, really.
Yeah.
But the first warm front that came up, which brought some of the freezing rain to some parts of northern England earlier on. We've had the secondary one, which has cleared through, excuse me, parts of the Midlands and into, I think, East Anglia. And we've got more weather fronts waiting in the wings, which, with all this air coming up from the southwest, is hence why we've got to get into double digits during the night and into tomorrow.
Yeah.
So bring that forward through to lunchtime tomorrow. And it's just a mess of weather fronts. There's going to be spells of rain or showers coming through. With low pressure sat to our west. Moving on, we've still got weather fronts sat across the UK with risk of either shower rain or spells of rain or showers.
Mm-hmm.
Through to midnight into Tuesday lunchtime. Looks to be possibly a dry day, some brighter spells. Showers affecting some southwestern areas here. It's going to be a breeze up in the northwest. As we move through to midnight on Wednesday, we've got a bit of some showers coming through there, southwest England through into Wales and parts of the Midlands there. And we're up forward through into Wednesday. It's mild across the south. I've got low pressure going across Scotland there. To north of that, we've got this cold air. We've got this Greenland high still here. And we've got that cold air just waiting out in the wings. Question is, does it make it through to the UK for Christmas? Well, the latest at the moment with the Met Office facts charts, still got that low pressure to the northwest, and we've got these secondary lows affecting the south. As we go through to 22nd of December, again, with a bit of a mishmash mess, really. Got cooler air trends coming to the north of the UK. We've got warmer air to the south, and kind of sets a bit of a battleground here for this elongated, occluded front across the Atlantic, where you got cold air to the north, and you got the milder, warmer air to the south. So let's take a look at the latest GFS charts. I'll put on the 850 so we get an idea what the air is like at, is it 5,000 feet? The
850s are 1,500 meters. So that's around about 5,000 feet.
Yeah. So there we go. All that cold air has been pushed northwards as this low pressure has moved up from the southwest, and we're getting our air up from more or less towards Iberia, towards the Azores. Let's move up a little bit more. So yeah, we're getting the yellows across the UK, which is telling us we've got much milder air in place. And it turns more or less back to average as we go through into Wednesday. And there's that low pressure towards the west there. Got the cold air trying to move in from the north, the milder air to the south. Question is, does this 12 o'clock run bring the cold air in? Let's have a look. So there we are through to Friday. Mm-hmm. Cold air still affecting Scotland. Milder air towards the south. As that cold air starts sinking southwards, it does descend southwards with that low across parts of Wales on this current run.
Mm-hmm. So it's Christmas Eve, the cold air starting to
Christmas Eve, yeah, into Christmas Day. We've got this other low trying to move in from the southwest, but does it make it through? Looks fairly interesting, actually, on this one. After the precipitation type. We've got much cold air moving into northern Scotland with the -10 isotherm up there. So no matter what precipitation falls, that's highly likely to be of snow if any precipitation does fall.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look at that now.
That boundary is just a very tight thing. It could be milder at this far south and colder elsewhere. But at this stage, it's just that battleground between mild air and cold air.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick nosy on the Moderat's charts.
We've also got high pressure over parts of Norway, and it's trying to bring that easterly in. But will that easterly win? That's the question. Through to New Year, that brings up the mild air from the south on this current run.
Yep.
More in the warm southwesterly there for the rest of the charts. So look at what the 6 o'clock run did this morning.
Hopefully had its breakfast.
So let's have a look what this was shown from this morning. So obviously we're looking at the milder air coming up from the southwest. Let's see what it does for Christmas week itself. So running through to the 22nd. Still got milder air towards the south there. We've got that cold air trying to move in from the north. That low pressure out west.
Don't come as far south, does it?
And on this one, that low pressure kind of small stays at the west of the UK. Unless it delays it a bit more.
Yeah.
So that's got quite delayed really, and it's got that cold air coming down after Boxing Day. You've got that second low coming down through to Northern Ireland. So that could give perhaps some spells of snow for Scotland, Northern Ireland, maybe North Wales, Northwest England. So what does this model do? We've got high pressure towards the southwest with cold air across the UK. Between Christmas and New Year. Then we get that milder air trying to move back in again. Will the colder air come back in? No. Also, we're going to get a long fetch southwesterly yet again. For a short time. It's like a little low coming up from the southwest. Then we do get a long fetch southwesterly on that.
Yeah, it's like another tropical low, doesn't it?
So that one does delay the cold air compared to the latest run. Let's have a look at the precipitation type. See what that does for around Christmas time. So obviously this is the transition now into the milder air. We say goodbye to the snow. So anything that falls from the sky at the moment, away from perhaps the Scottish mountains, it's going to be mostly of rain. Through to Wednesday the 21st of December. Plenty of rain around. Perhaps a bit of sleetiness over the very North Pennines. Friday the 23rd, we've got snow falling across Scotland where that cold air is starting to dig in. We've got rain movement from the southwest, which is then hitting that cold air across the north, which is turning it to more snow, perhaps across Scotland and into the borders. The question is, will this turn to snow as it moves back southwards? Let's have a look. It does slightly into northern England, over Lancashire, over the tops of the Pennines, maybe perhaps North Yorkshire.
Yeah, it's like the high ground of West Yorkshire as well.
As the temperature drops during the night, that colder air sinks southwards, and there's potential for some sleet and snow during the night. That just suddenly disappears, actually.
Yeah, it's a bit strange that, but let it be. But yeah, it looks like.
So at the moment, it's like some mostly dry, some showers in North Scotland. There's a little feature moving across the south there, which could possibly have snow on its northern edge. Some sleet and snow. So at this moment in time, the GFS 12 o'clock Z from today's run does show a bit of a white Christmas for some areas, mostly in Scotland, and that little feature coming across the south there through the M4 corridor, really. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. And there's Box Day, another feature trying to move from the south, which is perhaps giving some snow across the south coast there before everything starts to turn milder again. So have a quick little nosy at that 6 o'clock run, see if that's showing any snow for around Christmas. Have you got the ECM at all for around that same time period for perhaps the pressure chart?
Yeah, I'll bring that up in a second.
Yep. So I'll quickly run through this. This is from this morning's run from the GFS. Take it through to the 23rd. Just give me a second. I need to cough again. So here we are on the 23rd of December. We've got snow for mostly Scotland and the far north of England. I'll try speaking English this time. We've got that cold air sitting towards the north. We've got snow falling mostly for Scotland. And as we head through Christmas Eve, any precipitation will be snow over across northern areas. And into Christmas Day, again, snow still forecast for Scotland and perhaps through into the borders of the far north of England.
Yep.
Does that bring that snow down? Perhaps North Yorkshire, maybe. Again, the risk of the highest ground of Wales. There's that risk through into Boxing Day morning for some sleetiness or winteriness, shall we say?
Yeah. ECM chart.
Then that's got a mixture, wintry mix again for Boxing Day into Tuesday the 27th. Some showers which could turn wintry. Some wintry showers perhaps down the west and east coasts, which kind of similar to what we've been having recently, really. And any precipitation really through towards New Year. It's mainly going to be wintry over high ground, and this is where people get the push of those mild southwesterly winds again.
Yeah.
Any snow will be towards the high ground of Scotland. So that was the 6 o'clock runner from the GFS this morning. One more thing I'll have a look at is the temperatures on the latest run.
Yep, and then I'll come to ECM.
For the ECM.
Yeah, I'm just going to that now. I'm just trying to get the precipitation types up. And
where are we there? 9 o'clock. So this is forecast for around about now. Just bear with me a second. I haven't plugged in my laptop while I thought the battery was going.
Oh dear.
Just bear with me a second, people. I thought I had done that, but I hadn't. Otherwise, it would have been a very abrupt end to the live. Thankfully, I keep the plug behind me. So we'll just check that then. I think I had about 5-10 minutes left of the laptop charge. There we go. So yeah, this is around about now. We've got temperatures getting to double figures across the southwest, into southwest Wales as well. Much of Ireland is in double figures. Then it's due to get warmer across much of England and Wales, getting into the mid to high single digits. Still cold across the north of England into Scotland. As we go through during the night, we'll start seeing those milder temperatures head up into Scotland, maybe not quite into northern Scotland, actually. This is the latest. Double digits elsewhere. Not said that since probably early November, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature across Scotland still in the single digits, where you got that cold air trying to hang on for dear life. Maybe that's over the high ground of Scotland. Tuesday, we're looking around about average, about 8 or 9 degrees. Wednesday, again, around about average of 7, 8 degrees. We've got milder air, a bit more milder air. We're coming in from the south there on Thursday, getting to double digits for some. That cold air starts to come back down from the north from Thursday into Friday. Then we've got that classic battleground between the mild air and double figures across much of England and Wales, and that cold air from northern England through up to Scotland. You definitely see the marked contrast there in the temperatures.
Mm.
And this, I think, from Christmas Day itself was bringing that cold air back down south, wasn't it, for Christmas Day?
It was indeed, yes.
So we've got temperatures around about high single digits, maybe double figures down the southeast. But we've got this cold air coming down from the north. So again, probably from, I'll say, from Manchester northwards, really, where that colder air starts to sink southwards.
Yeah.
As we head through into Boxing Day itself, cold air's virtually back across the whole of the UK, away from the far southwest.
Yeah.
Let's quickly run this through into the end of the week. Looking at single digits then for Monday.
Yeah, that's the bank holiday.
I was going to say that Tuesday looks like a bit of a hard frost. Let's have a look at the minimum temperatures for that.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the minimum temperatures. Not the offline. No.
There's a gremlin in the system, Michael.
It's me. So yeah, it looks like a ground frost for many areas, below double digits for many northern areas there.
Yeah.
So a few minus 12, 13 there. So maybe that's where the snow covered ground maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 o'clock on Tuesday the 27th. Got cold air still in place for much of the UK.
Those retreats back north. Thursday.
Still looking cold for Thursday.
Yeah, this is next week. So.
Yeah, it looks like this is where the milder air starts coming back up from the south again.
Yeah. It could be just that it's defaulting. And
yeah.
Giving us the same scenario as what we've got now. It's going for like 2 weeks of cold weather and then bringing up the warm air again, or a week of cold air. Obviously, that's going into New Year then, so that's to be taken with a massive pinch of salt, shall we say? Yeah, you want me to bring the. This one doesn't show the precipitation type, but it does show precipitation and the 850 and stuff like that. It's on Wetter Central, so I'm going to come to this and go to there, and we'll go. There, we're going classic Gav's weather vids here for everyone who knows.
The screen.
Thank you. So, yeah, this is the 850s that I've got up at the moment. See, plenty of agreement that the warm air comes across us tomorrow, moving out during tomorrow daytime. So it doesn't hang around for too long. Saying it's currently across us now, which it is because the temperature's warming up. And this is at 3 o'clock in the morning, so as that wodge of rain moves across the country, that heavier rain, that's us in association with the warm front. So yeah, moving on. This is our 1500 tomorrow. So look, see the temperatures. Yeah, 12, 13, 14 degrees across most of England. Still 5, 6, 7 degrees across northern Scotland. 11, 12 across the central belt. 10, 12 across eastern of the Northern Ireland. 8, 9 across the western half. Yeah, into Wales, 10, 12 degrees. We'll go back to the 850s. So, yeah, that moved through. I believe this is going to be where the rain will move through, the squally rain on Monday night, Tuesday morning, as that warm air, in inverted commas, moves out and allows the cooler air to come back in the more average air. And we'll have a look at the 2 meters for that. So as you can see there, still quite warm in the southeast, 11, 12 degrees, but more, I would say, more average daytime temperatures across the north with 4 and 5s, 8s, 10s, yeah, and a frost across northern Scotland. Oh, excuse me. So let's have a look at the precipitation. There we go. So that's the squally rain moving through on Tuesday. So let's go back. You can see there that moves up and out of the way for Tuesday morning. Looks a more drier day for Tuesday. Let's have a look at the temperatures. Yeah, more average. 1, 2, 3, 4 in Scotland, 5 to 7 in Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland, 7 or 8 in Wales, 7, 8, 9, 10s in England. Move forward. No frost there for Tuesday night. 4s, 5s, 6s, quite widely. Oh, excuse me, guys. Let's have a look for the rain for Wednesday morning. And there we got a little area of rain here across central and southwestern parts and across Wales and into Scotland. Unfortunately, like I say, it doesn't show the precipitation type. Let's have a look at the 850s. So yeah, I wouldn't say there's going to be any snow there unless it's over the highest ground. Oh, excuse me. You can see there, probably a warm, like a meandering warm front here, associated with this low pressure here. But on the back end of there'll be cold air coming into Scotland, warmish air coming into England. Temperatures back towards the same as they were for Tuesday, 7s, 8s, quite widely. Freeze across Scotland. Precipitation. Yep. As I said, probably a meandering warm front across here. There might be a wave here. I would say there's probably going to be a wave around this area. Right. Let's go back to the 850s. Let's see where this goes. So that low then moves across, which actually does allow the northerlies to start digging in on the back edge. But on this one, there's nothing really showing at the moment, just that low moving through.
It looks like at the moment the GFS and the ECM are quite in a bit of agreement with that low pressure moving across the UK. With that cold air digging in. But I think the timing is going to be crucial.
Exactly. It's, you know, you can see up here now the -5. Oops. Where was I? Was here, weren't we? Yeah, so you can see the -5 starting to dig in as that low moves through on Thursday. There we go. So that's Thursday morning. That low then pretty much planted across, filling in across England and Wales. So look at the temperatures for that night. Quite warm across the south again, 10s, 11s, maybe the odd 12 or 13 on the south coast. And where that warm front there, look, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s across northern England, maybe a 7 or 8 across the M62 corridor somewhere, and then into the Midlands, 10 degrees, South Wales, 10 degrees. Like I say, maybe the odd nut 13 down here in the southwest. Oh, my dears. So, yeah, we'll go back to this low again. So that fills and moves out into the North Sea, allowing another one, which is just coming up here in the southwestern corner of the picture. It does allow a bit of a northerly to come out there, but like Michael said, it's the timing of that low and it's more associated this parent low up here across Scandi. As to how quick that northerly comes in on Friday, I would say. Let's go forward one. So, yeah, that parent low moves out of Scandi and across northern Scotland. Let's have a look at the temps. More average 8s, 9s, 10s possible. Yeah. Scotland, 2 degrees. Ireland, 7 to 9. Wales, 7 to 8. Maybe a 10 across Anglesey. 7 to 9 across England. So I've got the precip. Not much in the way of precipitation as this warm front's now down here. And the parent low now moving out of Scandi will more or less affect northern areas of England and Scotland. Let's go back to the 850s. Here we are at midnight on Friday. You can see low here. The parent low again has moved back into Scandi, so it's coming and it's gone back out. So look, yeah, so it's moved back as the northerly's trying to dig in, which seems to be more across the west here. Bit of a low pressure up here, so we'll go forward. See what happens. This isn't bringing it in on Friday. It's actually bringing this low in, this more tropical low again. There'll be a warm front here. Probably it'd be typical tri-point low. This bit like what's coming over at the moment.
Yeah.
2 meter temps. So as you can see there, cold air is starting to dig in across northern areas with 1s and 2s across the highest ground, 5s across Lancashire, Yorkshire, and into Derbyshire. But then into the Midlands, you were looking at 11s and 12s. So quite a deep contrast, even in like 100 mile, maybe even 50 mile. There's going to be quite a contrast in temperatures.
Yeah.
Between the Wash and the Mersey estuary in kind of a line there. Anywhere north of that will be cold. Anywhere to the south of that, maybe, like I say, 50 mile, maybe. Could even be more localised than that, but off the top of my head, about 50 mile, there'll be a good 5 to 6 degree contrast. We will go to the precipitation. As you can see there, this will be the front. What's to the south of that will be warm. What's to the north of that will be cold. And I would imagine some snow mixed in on the highest ground.
A good wintry mix there.
Oh, yeah, especially in these little plumes here, the darker plumes.
Definitely up the high ground of the Pennines and Scotland, definitely be snow.
Yeah, over the Yorkshire Dales, up into the borders, up into the southern uplands, there'll be snow there, I would imagine. What I will do in a minute is actually bring in the MOGREPS charts like I did last night on the group. It gives you an idea of roughly where that cold air is gonna land. Let's go back to here. Well, actually, I showed you the temperatures, didn't I? So let's see what this low does. It then moves and fills and goes across during Christmas Eve. As you can see, the cold air is just sat to the north there. Where are we? Yeah. So the cold air is now sat up to the north here. It's waiting to come down as this low moves east, hopefully. Yep. So here we are on Christmas Eve at 1800 hours. Let's have a look at the temps. I'd stick a couple of degrees on these for the daytime because it's after dark. So still 7s, 8s, 9s. Still quite warm, but across Scotland, as you can see, -2, -4. So that cold air starting to dig in. Precipitation. Yeah, I would imagine in these areas, across northern England, anywhere north of the M62, really. Could see some snow over the highest ground, say about 400 metres. I'd imagine a wintry mix. Sorry, just add a text, and we'll go back to here. So let's see what happens on Christmas Day. This will be towards the end of the run. This isn't bringing in the cold air. This is actually bringing in warm air.
This is why I like to use different models to see if they're in agreement, and these are not in agreement.
No, it's completely the flip reverse of everything that Michael showed you on the GFS. It's actually bringing in warmer air from. Actually, I'm going to come out. Let's go to the Europe, so we can see where this is coming from. As you can see there, not too far away is the colder air for Christmas Day. I mean, the models may come into agreement nearer to the time, but we've got quite a long fetch southeasterly, bringing in warmth out of Africa, out of the Med. So we'd be I'll zoom back into temperatures for that in a second, but that completely throws any snow out the window and brings the 0 Celsius isotherm into the 5's just coming into the southeast. Let's go back to the UK. So as you can see there, the 5-degree isotherms there across the southwest and the south. Temperature on Christmas Day. Average across the north of England, 4-5 degrees. Ireland, 6-7 degrees. Wales, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. Maybe a 10 or 11 across the very south. So it's not, there's a bit of an inversion there.
Yeah.
So there could be some cloud cover, I would imagine. Let's have a look at the precipitation. As you can see there, quite a lot of heavy rain out to the west, but it doesn't bring, I mean, the cold air's here, warm air is well and truly across England and Scotland and Wales for day. Let's go into Boxing Day, see what happens. But then it comes very much like what's going on at the moment with the air, but it doesn't really bring any lows across the UK to let that northerly dig in. Obviously, this is now 7-8 days out. So let's see where it goes. May as well just finish the run off. And this brings it in more late. Actually, it doesn't. I thought he was going to bring it in there for a minute.
Well, it's transitional, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's just like a normal low that comes in off the Atlantic, where it's coming in from the southwest to the northeast, much like the one is at the moment. And then there's another plume just waiting there. So
it looks like the
season is very bad.
It's mild, isn't it? But yet the GFS wants to try to occasionally bring down colder air. So there's no agreement in the models. It's all to play for Christmas.
We'll have to see what
if someone says, we're definitely getting snow at Christmas time, this just kind of proves the point where it's kind of borderline, really. There's a battleground between the milder air and the colder air.
I'm just going to quickly share the MogReps charts. I was just having a look earlier, and this is for Newcastle. And this is showing how much, what the outliers are saying. There's no control. I mean, the control is flat as a pancake. But this goes to show where the cold air might be on Christmas Day, according to the UK Met. We'll go further north and let's have a look at Glasgow, see if the cold air's there earlier. It is. It's showing little peaks here on the 23rd overnight, from the 22nd, 23rd, and then there's quite a lot of outliers here. You can see. Sorry, my leg's gone dead. Showing 10 centimetres plus, which, this one here, this purple outlier here, which is past number, let's have a look, number 1. So that's past 1. But
there you've got another one there, which is probably past number 8. So there's still some outliers out there giving snow on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So it's not all over and done with, so to speak. But it doesn't, I don't think it makes it as far south as, let's say, Manchester. I'm not going to go for bias and go Leeds. As you can see there, look, on 27th, that orange run, which is past 11 or past 12, is off the charts. It's gone beyond 10 centimetres. But you can see there, very little in the way. So that cold air just looks to be getting in towards Newcastle, as a general rule of thumb. Let's have a look at York. See if it comes as far down as that. No, it doesn't. So it seems to keep it more towards the northeast, possibly. More agreement in the northeast and Scotland than there is of it coming any further south. So look at Snowdonia. No, not even there. There's a little bit there, look. Little kink in the control for Christmas Day. So might be some across Wales, over the very highest ground, over Snowdonia. Yeah, so that's that. I'm just going to quickly go on to the 850. No, I'll go on to the 1.5 metre temperatures. This is for Snowdonia. You can see there a lot of scatter with the control actually going sub-zero on Boxing Day daytime. It's messy at the moment. Let's see where that goes towards York. See if that brings the cold air in. A little bit less scatter on this one, but as you can see there, 5s seem to be the agreement, and then comes down for Boxing Day towards around about 4 degrees, I would say, for Boxing Day. Christmas Day looks to be about the same as one, about 7 degrees. So, yeah, let's see what about Newcastle. There we go, Newcastle. There we go. That's got more agreement. Would you agree there, Michael? You say there's more agreement in that than there is in like York, which is only like 70 miles down the road. It seems to be
it's in between like 10 and 0, really. So it's in that.
Yeah. So this was showing snow, but there was more agreement on the passes with the outliers. But as you can see there, the lines are a lot more tighter together, so there's a lot more agreement. Even 10 days out, a week out, says the 25th. That's showing around about 6 degrees, and then coming down to about 4 or 3 degrees for Boxing Day, but it does show it going on a downward trend. If I go to Aberdeen, that might give us an idea of where the cold air is. That's even going down further for Boxing Day. So, yeah, about 6 degrees up to Christmas Day, 4, and then maybe 2 degrees on Boxing Day. So, yeah, the cold air, it's in agreement. The more further north you are, the further south, there's a lot more scatter. Just for the giggles, let's have a look at London. And as you can see there, look, there's a lot more scatter. Some passes even going sub-zero, look. But the general agreement is for around about 10 degrees on Christmas Day. So, yeah, that's what the control's saying. But as you can see, more of them are above freezing than they are below. So, yeah, that's what we look for. We look for scatter and how tight them lines are. And it shows more general agreement. So, yeah, that's me done. I'll pass it back to you, mate. Hello, Sutty. I've got to show you my little friend as well. I'm going to send you a picture on
Not in
this.
public, please.
You've seen my public clues, my private clues on the private chat.
Most of your public clues then.
Public clues, no clues.
So yeah, looking at there's obviously a big contrast between the ECM and the GFS at this moment in time. ECM is showing a lot of milder air coming in, isn't that right, City?
Yeah.
Obviously, the GFS is got it on the boundary where cold air could move in, but it's down to the timings.
Yeah.
So Christmas Day really is still all to play for. So if anyone says, "Oh, it's definitely snowing Christmas Day," it's not a guaranteed cert at this stage.
Or even if they say it's not going to snow on Christmas Day either.
We should have a better idea when we do Thursday Night Live.
That's the thing about Thursday. I'm working Thursday, so I might not be able to make it.
Well, so we'll try and arrange something.
Yeah, we might do Wednesday or something.
Oh, just a bit on camera there.
Oh, sorry.
Good evening. Yes, so we'll sort something out. It might be Wednesday. Like I say, I'm working on Thursday. I'm working late, so yeah, I'm working. Actually, hang on. I might actually be able to do it because I'm working at 10. So yeah, we'll see. We'll have a talk and we'll decide. But yeah, plenty to play for in the charts, maybe. That's a big caveat. Yeah, so I wouldn't be saying in the chats that there is going to be snow or there isn't going to be snow. It's very up in the air, but possibly Thursday we'll know a lot more by then where that boundary layer is going to be. Even Sooty agrees as well. What do you think, Sooty? Snow? Maybe. He's on the fence as well. I don't know why you're looking at Michael for. He ain't going to give you as much advice as, say, I don't know, sweep, the sweeping brush.
Where is Sweep? What do you mean he's in the closet?
He's in the closet, is he? Oh, crikey.
Oh, he's with a dustpan.
Oh, is he having a night on the tiles, is he?
He's getting swept up his feet. Oh, God, what have we done there? He's getting swept.
He's getting swept off his feet. More about Sue. Is she in the closet with Sooty and Sweep? Oh, Sooty's not. No.
He has no idea. Hasn't seen.
He has no idea what Sue's up to. I thought you and Sue were an item, but hey ho. Right, guys. I think it's going to be a good night from him there.
And it's bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye from Sooty and myself.
Good night, everybody.
See you on Thursday. We'll let you know if there's any changes.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us.
Yep. Thanks,
bye,
guys.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Sooty. Helps if we get off screen, doesn't it? Why are we not gone off? Because I haven't pressed the broadcast button yet. Why not? Give it a chance. Bye.